In general, I like to treat my films like paintings. I think art films are films that allow you the opportunity to be very creative. It's the story of a human clone who is left for dead in Santorini, and Alan Dawson he inherits this new property, and he finds this clone in his property, and decides to turn D'Agostino into his best friend. Obviously, he's paying this clone a lot of attention because he wants to sort of train him and fill a void that in his life he doesn't have with his wife. As we see at the very beginning of the movie, that the relationship between him and his wife is on the rocks and is deteriorating because there's a lack of communication. Not only lack of communication, but also the love is not there anymore. And that's what we see, that when he goes to Santorini, he sees this as a second chance for him to find himself and also deal with his own issues of what's bothering him, because he's living a very sedentary existence that he sees as not fulfilling. But yet he tends to find an interesting take. But yet, with D'Agostino, he tends to find a new zest for life, as we see in this movie. It's a very, very strange movie, and it was actually designed to be a bit off-putting, like all of my films are, just to give the viewer something to think about. This film I dedicated to my cat, because I did it based on how as a pet we treat our animals, how animals, are part of the family, but to some people it becomes even more than that, and that's what this story is all about. Is how what happens when you have a human that is sort of like a pet that doesn't have really no information, and it takes you to come in and give it the information that it needs to have to survive and exist. Then there's when you have an interesting dynamic of what is going on between these two characters, and that's what happens in D'Agostino.
So his back paw right here is paralyzed. It's very cold and there's no reflexes in it. If I pinch it, he can't move it anymore. And my concern is that between his diabetes and his heart murmur, that he has poor circulation, and that he may have had a blood clot that lodged in the vessels, the blood vessels that supply the back leg. This leg still does seem to have some reflexes in it, but definitely not normal ones. So, unfortunately, I don't know that there's much to be done to be able to get him to regain the use of his back legs. In cases where we want to try everything, we can hospitalize at a specialty hospital and try anti-clotting medicine and things like that. Even in those cases, which can be pretty expensive, prognosis is still very poor. Most of them don't regain use of their legs. So, unfortunately, I think his prognosis right now isn't very good.
What we're doing is we're going to chant Daimoku for George, for his enlightenment and for his true peace and happiness. And I'm going to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo very solemnly, so that he can, so that the mystic law, Myoho Renge Kyo, will be able to soothe his heart, so that he can pass on more readily and more easily. And actually, when they hear this Daimoku, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, they can, enter the realm of a Buddha. So we're all Buddhas, we just don't know it. So this cat has a Buddha nature. So we can touch his life condition of Buddha nature, which is eternal. So this will help him in his next existence, so that he can hopefully maybe be born human in his next life. But he's lived for 18 years, and that's a tremendously long time. So, you know, George doesn't want him to suffer, so he wants to do the humane thing. So this is the right thing to do.
So it's December 11th. It's about 10:25, and we're here at the West Hollywood Animal Hospital, and this is my baby George that we're about to put down, 18 years old, which I actually dedicated my film The Agostino to, and I'm actually going to share this with this moment because this is important to me as it is film, and this kind of has been a huge part of my life. So yeah, and I think this is the best. This is actually the best I can do. I've provided this cat with a very good life, 18 years, and that's a very long time, and I guess I'll meet this cat soon, somewhere else. George, thank you for all the years you gave me, Kitty.
He's a good boy.
Very brave cat.
He's very brave. Thank you, George. George loves George.
Yes, I do.
Go away.
It's okay. You're gonna live. You're gonna live long in my movie. I've dedicated it to you. Okay.
He's already gone.
He's dead. George, now I lay you down to sleep. The Lord your soul I pray to keep. Amen.